We gotta. It's just,
Yeah.
but you gotta. I mean, we gotta reassure. Look, here, my. But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Yes, and by the way, what you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure. I'm sorry, this is the last question I'll take, and I'm really going to be in trouble. You guys are bad. I'm not supposed to be answering all these questions. I'm supposed to leave, but I can't resist your questions. Donald Trump thinks health care is a privilege. Barack and I think it's a right for people to have bad health care. For example, there's a situation where there's an estimation of somewhere between $700 billion and $1.3 trillion out of $1.6 trillion worth. $1.4 trillion out of $1.4 billion, $740 billion over 10 years. Now, here's what drives the driver in the states that are affected. Here's what you can do, the drivers. Don't panic, number one. I know Minnesota's great, but it can't be as nice a weather as there is in Mexico now, is there? We got 6 governors with us today, Democrats and Republicans, and they're meeting the moment. Governor Mills of Maine, Governor DeWine of Ohio, Governor Cox of Utah, Governor Walz of Minnesota, Governor Baker of Massachusetts, and Governor Lujan Grisham of Mexico. The only way to spare more pain and more loss, the only way, these millstones no longer mark our national mourning. These milestones, I should say, no longer mark our national mourning. I have never been particularly poor at calculating how to get things done in the United States Senate. So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway. I'm sorry, this is the last question I'll take, and I'm really going to be in trouble. Now, when President Harris and I took a virtual tour of a vaccination center in Arizona, guys did it for the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. They're really showing themselves to do really well. Come on, man. I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
All right. There you go. Dance a little bit, Joe. Come on.
I tell you, my man. I tell you what, if I had the talent of any one of these people, I'd be elected president by acclamation. The reason I'm bothering to do this is I keep hearing anybody making less than $400,000 a year will not pay a single penny in taxes. And we will not increase the deficit either, unlike the last gigantic tax cut, which increased the deficit by $2 trillion. Thank you. And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do. And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do. You know, the rapidly rising I don't know. And we're going to create a new bio-based multi-manufacturing job environment to deal farmers in on the benefits of a changing economy. I never forgot what President Kennedy said about going to the moon. He said, we're going, you know why? Because we refuse to postpone. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids.
How do you realistically and physically keep these families from coming to the U.S. when things will not get better in their countries right away?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but I know, that old thing.
And I would like to know, what will your administration do to help them give them that chance? Thank you.
Let's move it up here. There used to be a basic bargain in this country. Workers shared in the wealth their work helped create.